Okay, so I am going to talk about how to do a launch today. And what I want to do is, as always, this is an open discussion. So stop me as you have questions, comments, want a little bit further information about something, however you want, just this is our discussion today. And the launch, it doesn't matter where you are in your app process for right now, whether you're just creating it or you've had it for a while and you want to launch it again. Because a launch can be anything just to drive traffic, to get people to download your app. And it's one of those things that, and I'll quote Tony Robbins here, it's called CANI, constant and never ending improvement. And so whenever you're doing your app launch, you want to make sure that it's not just a one and done. So there's different stages of it. So we're going to start at the very, very beginning. And if you've already got an app, just kind of do a little translation when I say getting ready to launch your app, and just turn that into you've already launched it. Now you want to relaunch it or give it a catapult, or, give it a good jump start. One of the first things that you have to do is to define the why people need to download your app. Before you do anything, before you even start developing your app, you have to say the why, right? So Stacy, what's your why? Why should I put that app on my phone?
It would give you different options on how to make things a lot easier when it comes to opening up checkbook, checking account, savings account, buying a car, if you want to, the steps, I guess, would be.
Yep. Yep. You want to put that into, you want to work through that and get it into being just a single line of why
Okay.
you want to do this. You want to be able to get it just to a point where people kind of understand it. For example, Lucas, do you know your biggest why?
Sorry, the phone was ringing. The biggest
Oh,
why would be to be able to, for our clients to reach us at their fingertips. Is that the biggest why?
that, or in your case, I would say, as
Mhm.
a client of yours, actually, to be able to easily upload my documents to you.
Right. Okay.
And I think that that's something right now, especially since fax machines are a thing of the past. I
Mhm.
know there's some services that still use fax machines, but some people, it's not always about email attachments, but you have a very secure way to upload documents. And you have it where not a lot of other accountants are starting to get that way, but they're not able to do it in a mobile environment. They have to do it from a desktop. You guys
Mhm.
don't have to. I can snap a photo and send it. I don't need a scanning app on my phone, although I believe Apple now has it, which I'd be shocked if Google didn't incorporate it in their new features as well.
It
Mhm.
But
is. It's in the photos. If you go
it's
to
in the
take a
photo.
photo, if you're trying to
Yeah.
take a picture of a document with
Mm,
just your regular camera, it automatically like puts this little yellow line around it and says scan. You
perfect.
don't even have to do anything.
Perfect. That's exactly what Apple does as well. So I had a hunch, usually features like that, when one device has it, the other has it, which makes it really easy for you, Lucas, to have people upload their documents. They don't need to go to a scanner. They don't have to have a scanner at home. They don't have to try to take a picture and then put it onto their desktop and then convert it into a PDF. It's just all in one step. So
Mhm.
ease of use and being able to contact. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't have these other features, right? So, and we're going to talk about those other features and how to highlight them as you go. Um, then, once you've got your big why, you need to have a landing page. You need to have a landing page that is going to get people to start giving you their emails so that you're ready for launch. This is for people who have not actually done who don't actually have the app right away, have it going right now. Hello, Ariel, go ahead. Tell us what's your new app that's coming out.
Affirme. It's an
Exciting.
app. I'm excited. It's an affirmations app. So it's an affirmations app where it's all audio, and you can record your own affirmations you can download from a public library, and you can also send affirmations to other people and create playlists. So it's all about affirmations. The tagline, if you go on the website, is affirm yourself, affirm others, affirm the world.
Nice. I like it.
Awesome. Well, I love that.
Thanks.
I love it. So we were actually just talking about, before you do a launch, you have to define your why. So have you defined your why yet, Ariel? Why people should put the app on your phone?
Affirm yourself, affirm others, affirm the world. I'm just kidding.
There you go.
You open it up to the sassy response. But
There you go. And so once you've got your one-liner, if you will, and we may talk even more later about branding and whatnot at another session, but today's I want to focus on doing a launch. And so once you've got your one-liner, your why, the why people need to have this on their phone, you need to create a landing page, and you need to start doing this as soon as possible so that you can start gathering the audience, even if your app isn't live yet, or if you want to build up an anticipation for a relaunch because you're adding something new. For example, Lucas, your app actually does need some attention this right now, which let me know if you need help with this. The calendar needs to be updated of when documents are due this year.
Yep.
Because I know things have changed. And so you could build that up for a launch of, we're getting ready to put the calendar in, be one of the first ones to have it. You can have a reason for people to put it on the phone, and a quick, easy reference for calendar for when taxes and stuff are due and different documents is a fantastic resource to have. So I want to share with you, we have a launch getting ready to come on up, and this website has been up for a little while. And this is called Joyous. And it is a phenomenal app, and it's going to change the way that you will do giving. And the Joyous app, all they do, it's a simple landing page. Gift giving can be easy and fun when you know what to give. And then they talk just a real little bit about the 1, 2, 3 of how to make this work. You create your profile, you share your favorite profile, you invite your friends, right? And it's saying when it's coming. And then it goes into it a little bit further, all about the app itself, and then an invitation to join the email list. Now, I do personally, I would not just hide this join the email list down here on the bottom. Okay. I would throw that, you want that action right up here on top. Right now, if I came to this website, I can see Joyous, and it's where you go when you need to give. Awesome. I get that. But right here, I want to find out, I want to be one of the first ones. So you need to make the way for people to connect with you and build that email list very easy. And you have to give them the why. That's where your why is so important. Why should I let you email me when this app is ready? And then you can go into more about the app as you go on. And then again, when is it coming? Where is it going to be? And then you can get into it even further. You can throw video up here. You can do, whatever you want. And it gets into deeper about the app. And then it talks about when the launch is coming. And then it ultimately invites. I would put this invite more than one spot on this page. I would go on in here and I would invite people to come in and say why they want to have this app on their phone. Okay. But I would definitely throw together a good landing page, and you have to build the emotion with this. You have to give them a reason for them to get on that mailing list so that they can be one of the first ones to download this. You want to, and that also can be the start of gathering your phase 2 of beta testers. Now you have your alpha testers when you're first developing an app that goes through all the technical, and you want that really tight circle so that people they don't get frustrated, because anybody who's built an app knows that it has to be tested and things don't always work the way that you originally thought, and they have to go back to the drawing board. Not a problem. That's the development phase. But when you capture the emails, you want to get people to realize that they're the first to know, and then they can be your next set of testers and say, okay, we're rolling this out, etc. And whether it's a paid app or an unpaid app will depend upon how you want to approach those people. The other thing is on your landing page, if you also want another reason to capture their emails, give them something. Whether it's not just a sneak peek to be the first in the know, it might be some kind of a cheat sheet, something about your app that will make them want to give. So for example, Joyous, they may send out a list of, hey, take a look at what our categories are going to be for the favorites. So you can be thinking about what you want to build for your profile. Systems. So the next thing you have to do, you have to get your message out there. You have, and you have to start now that the launch is coming. Okay. And there's many, many different ways to do this. And even if you don't have a launch date, like the app, the site I just showed you, they don't have a technical launch date, but it's coming soon. And once you start collecting information, you want to stay top of mind. Don't go crazy. Don't be emailing them, a couple of times a week, but every few weeks say, we're getting closer, we're getting closer, we're getting closer, So that's one thing that you want to do is to work your email. You also, obviously, you want to go social. You want to start posting if you have images, if you have things that will grab people's attention, maybe teasers about what your app can do, how it can change your life. I mean, every single one of us here has a life-changing app in our hand. Lucas, yours is about convenience. Ariel, yours is about making a more enriched life. Stacy, yours is about just knowing what to do in life, how to adult. The app that Jen works with us is about making your life easier as a business person. And so there's all reasons for that. So you want to get that out there socially. Even do some live streams. I mean, jump on live and just say, hey, I got this coming. I want everybody to know about it. You can repurpose those videos and you can also do them with other people. Okay. You can get somebody that's close to you that either is using the app, one of your testers, or somebody who has had the problem, and do a live stream interview with them. Because, like Ariel, for you, if you had this in your life, how would this help change your life? Right? And you can invite people to come on in. Same thing but you can continue to use different things with that. So you could create your images, create your videos, get people to share it, talk to your center of influences. That's really important too. When you're trying to do a launch, get your centers of influences to help support you. We've all got great networks. We all can, it's the spider effect. If you get 2 people to tell 2 people to tell 2 people, all of a sudden, boom, you've got 100 downloads and it's only been a couple hours, right? Same thing when you're networking. Be talking about this wonderful project. When people say, hey, how are things going? Tell them how excited you are about the app and how it can help them. The one-liner, why should I put this on my phone? Phone real estate is critical these days, and it's limited. Now I know every phone is getting bigger and bigger, but when people look at the apps on their phones, they only use, most people over a course of time will use, will have 100 apps on their phone, and they'll only use about 40 of them, and in a day they'll only use about 10. Why should I give you part of that bandwidth that I have? Because you can help them, because you can make their life easier. That's what it all is all about. So when you're talking with people and networking, just like I just did right now for Joyous, and all of a sudden now Ariel's like, I want to have that one on my phone. And trust me, you are going to want to have it on your phone. And so work your network, work your centers of influence. The other thing that you want to do is you're getting ready for a launch, and whether you've got your app already or you're just ready to launch it, get on podcasts. Every time you speak on a podcast, you don't know who's listening, so you always have to mention it. There you go. See?
I just got a LinkedIn message and request today saying, hey, I heard you on this person's podcast and loved what you had to say and this and that. And I was like, didn't see that coming. Exactly. And then you can follow right back up with, we're looking to have an app come out to help you. And if you want to be on that list, I invite you to be on that list. That's the other thing. You tell people, I'm inviting you because that's more special than my list. We're inviting you to be the first to know. We're inviting you
to come work with us. We're inviting you because when people are invited, they feel a lot better than just getting thrown on a mail list. Because I don't know about you guys, but I have so many emails that are coming in every day. I'm very conscious who I give my attention to. Now, just because people don't open up your email, don't think they're not seeing you, because they're still seeing you. They still are going through and deleting, or they're looking at the one tagline, etc. So when you're on these things, when you're on podcasts, if you haven't got your app yet, you want to say, I invite you to join our mail list to be the first to know. People love to be the first in the know. So what if you got 10,000 people on that list? You're still one of the first ones, right? So work your podcast, work your centers of influence, and work your network. The other way to do this is to guest blog. Ask to be a guest blog. The other thing is do your email marketing. Email is still gold. Email is still important. You want to tell people it's coming. Again, don't email over the top. You want to make sure that you're emailing just enough to stay top of mind, just enough to keep them informed as to what's going on, what's new, what's happening. So if you don't have our app, it's coming. I invite you to join our list to make sure you're one of the first ones to know. The other thing is get involved in speaking engagements. Now, I know live activities have shifted, but there's still a lot of speaking engagements out there using virtual tools. And every time you speak, invite people to download your app or be on a roundtable. That's another great way. So you want to do that, and you want to start using teasers. You want to start teasing people that this is coming. Anticipation. You just don't want to suddenly say, boom, it's here. You want to lead up. You want to build that up for people to say, oh my gosh, I have to have that today. And you build it up slowly. So wherever you are in the process of development, no matter when you think your app is going to be done, don't ever give a solid commitment date, because technical things happen. Trust me, we did that with Easy Beasy. We thought we were going to be able to launch that in March, and we ended up launching in August. But the building up of the it's coming, right? And even if you didn't do that, you can still do it even if your app is already done. You can still send teasers. You can still send did you know? So you want to continue to do that. Same other thing that you want to do is, once you are actually ready, host a launch party, whether it's live or virtual. Most of the time it's virtual nowadays, but host a launch party, and don't do just one. You can have more than one, and different things, and bring different people in who may have already downloaded the app, and get them to talk about why they have it on their phone. You can actually schedule your launch party and get the people who've been your beta testers to talk about how great the app is, and schedule them on. You tell me what business person isn't going to want 5 minutes on live in front of people, because you never know who's listening. So host that launch party, whether it's in person or virtual. Put that out there and say, we are doing this. Make sure you have downloaded our app before you launch. Get a pre-launch app on your phone. So those are some of the things that you want to do. The other thing you want to do is you want to thank people who have downloaded. You want to make a big deal about it. You want to, but you got to get their permission if you're going to go online with it. There may be some people who just don't want to let other people know that they've downloaded that app. But there's, again, if people who are in business, they're more than happy to, any way to get connected to them. And you want to do some kind of a thank you for them. Now, that thank you does not have to be something that costs money. It can even be as simple as saying, you know, hey, Ariel, I see you've downloaded Easy Beasy app, and I really, really love it if we could showcase your business as a user. And, you know, what business isn't going to say, oh, please don't give me free advertising, right? So you want to thank people with a way to do that. I know the Brookfield Chamber is looking to do that, where they're going to start showcasing people who have downloaded the app to say, hey, I was over at From Olives to Oil today, and I was able to save 10% because I downloaded the app, right? Doing that kind of thing. Also with your beta testers, start getting testimonials. Video, written, live, doesn't matter. Get some testimonials so you can put those on your site and get legit testimonials. Okay. You don't need the ones that are just, how should we say, the made up ones. You want it to be real people with real names, and you want to get them to give you permission to use their full name. You know, when you see a testimonial by Nancy S., it's like, okay, who's Nancy S.? But if you see it from Nancy Schwab at Unleashed Mobile Apps, now there's some validity to it. People read testimonials and they read reviews. So think about that. The reviews, you got to get them. And so you get those from your beta testers. You get people to go on the App Store. You make it easy. You share the links to the apps. Invite people to do this. If somebody sends me an email that says, hey, you've downloaded the app now for a little while, would you mind giving us a review on Google or Apple, depending upon what your device is? Here's the link. And would you mind giving us a testimonial? Or can I use your review as a testimonial? And when you do that, I do this for businesses all the time that send me a link. Hey, thanks for doing business with us. Would you mind leaving us a review, a Google review? I do it all the time because they took the moment to ask me to do this. Now, for those of you who have Cultivating Sales Pro, that's actually built in, asking people for reviews. So it's really easy to use. But any CRM might be able to help you with this, or just any email management, or just open up an email and send it. Thanks for your business. We hope we've satisfied you. Would you mind leaving us a review? And that's what you can do very, very easily. And that's all part of the launch, because once, and you want that with the beta testers, because once you've actually launched your app, or your beta testers have gotten the app, you want them to populate your reviews. So when the next wave comes in of people who are now on the official launch, they'll go to the store. I have personally made decisions based on the reviews that I've seen. I bet you guys have too. Third-party reviews are gold. You know, I've already not downloaded apps because I read the reviews. I've already downloaded apps because I read the reviews. I do the same thing when I make a purchase or I'm going to work with a business. I go to the reviews and I discern what's there. Now, one bad review won't just turn me off, but it will give me something to look at and say, why? There was an app that I was going to download. It was a tool I was going to use. Went on, looked at the reviews, and the first 3 reviews all said, it seems like this app has been abandoned. It seems like this app has been abandoned. They haven't made updates in 2 years, whatever. No, well, forget it. I must have just seen an old, like an advertising or something that says this app was going to help me out. So get the reviews. And when you are on the reviews, you want to, the app owner, can go on and make comments and thank the people for the reviews right there on the Google review. And then you can share that. That's another part of your social piece that you can share. You also want to encourage, especially your beta testers, to share the app with people and reward them for sharing. You can do this with a contest. You can do it with just a simple, I'll give you a shout out on social. People love shout outs on social. You can give, just a trinket or something, or maybe for you, Ariel, you'll send them a personalized affirmation as a thank you, something that could be in their toolbox. And so those are all the things you want to do. And then this is the part that is the most important. After you've got this all done, you've got your launch all set, now rinse and repeat. Truly, that's the secret. Go back and do it again. Go back and repeat some of these steps. Even if your app's been on the store for 10 years, go back and be active with it. Do a relaunch. Don't necessarily call it launch, do a relaunch. And launches don't have to be the day that it hits the app store. It can be after it's been there for a while. We're ready to do a relaunch. We want to thank everybody who's been part of it. Get everything built up, ready to go. but rinse and repeat. You cannot neglect your app. It is now part of your marketing tools, and it brings other business to you and other things that you're looking at. So that's how you do a launch.